Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog and to the pre-match show for the massive Premier League clash tonight, Liverpool against Tottenham at Anfield. There's some extremely funny news from our 6 o'clock kickoffs as well, which we'll get into in a second. But first of all, we've got Marcelo, the Irish Yid, David Harris, and a good friend of mine, Shane Fleming, joining us in the stream tonight. Shane, we'll start with you. Your first time on the channel. How are you?
It's my first time on any live kind of channel, so kind of looking forward to it. A bit nervous as well, especially being surrounded by 3 Spurs fans, which is kind of ironic that I'm 3-1 down here. We'll be 3-1 up at the end of 90 minutes.
Oh, bold shout early on.
Bro, have you scored 3 goals this season? I can't remember the last time you beat anybody 3-1, bro. Stop thinking that you have the same team, bro. Your team is finished. They look tired, bro. You were worn out. You couldn't even put 3-0 past a team I can't even pronounce, bro. That team looked like an alphabet. I've never seen that team in the Champions League ever in my life, bro. You couldn't even put 3 past them. Don't go saying you're going to beat a 3-0.
And this is a team that also conceded 7 Aston Villa.
That's also true.
One off. We're still level with you at the top of the league, so what's that say about you if you're level with a team that lost 7-2 and can't beat an alphabet?
Well, if we're talking about the top of the league, I think that's a good time to get into a quick look at the scores from earlier at the 6 o'clock kickoffs. As you can see there, Southampton currently lead 1-0 at Arsenal. It's just gone half-time in that one. Theo Walcott, of all players, getting on the score sheet there. Everton also won up against Leicester, Richarlison scoring in that one, and Leeds have equalised against Newcastle, so it's 1-1 there at the break. Tonight we're going to be very soon getting into the lineup predictions and the official lineups when they come out in about 13 minutes time. We're also going to be looking ahead to every individual battle, the key players, everything ahead of this game. As I said, a huge one in the Premier League tonight. First of all, Shane, you were just telling us what you feel Liverpool might do in this game tonight in terms of formation. If you want to just say that one again.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see Liverpool change it up and go to a 4-2-3-1 with Henderson and Wijnaldum sitting, and then have Minamino in amongst the top 4 lads up front. I wouldn't be surprised to see Minamino kind of sit behind Firmino and Salah and Mane stay on the wings to push their fullbacks back, and just sit Firmino on Højbjerg and just kind of keep him under wraps as well for a while. Wouldn't be too worried about your other 2 midfielders, but Højbjerg is the one that just he's turned into some signing. I didn't think he had it in him when he was coming from Southampton. 12 million, he got an absolute steal there, but hopefully we can keep him on wraps, get him a handle on him, and then kind of leave it up to Kane to try and get Son in behind if he can.
I think you're making an early mistake there, saying you're not thinking much out of Ndombele and Sissoko, who I think David and Marcelo, we can agree, we think are going to be in the starting 11 tonight. It's going to throw quickly.
It's already starting, bro. Versus 3-1. Now he's saying Ndombele is not a threat. I can't listen. The cockiness, the attitude that these Liverpool fans are having right now. You know what? Just keep that same energy after the game, bro. No. When we end your record, I don't want to hear an apology from you, Shane. I want to hear you keeping that same energy, bro.
Just for me, all I say is underestimate Ndombele at your peril. Look, the guy turns it on week in, week out. He's also contributed with a few goals this year, and he can also demonstrate. He's demonstrated against City that he can find someone with a pass as well. So look, underestimate him at your peril. But honestly, first of all, I actually admire you for coming on with 3 Spurs fans. I know it's not easy, but we were talking beforehand. You're well able to hold your own. But look, I honestly don't go missing after this game tonight, because I honestly so confident going into it that we'll win. Just don't go hiding on me.
What makes you think Lo Celso starting on the right, lads?
Yeah, now this is one me and David were talking about it during the week. That's one position we're a bit unsure on. It could be Bergwijn, it could be Lucas. I don't think it's going to be Bale. Mella's probably still out injured. David, do you want to talk through the tactics behind why we think Lo Celso could be starting on the right-hand side tonight?
Yeah, look, first of all, it hasn't worked out with Bergwijn. He hasn't been on form. Look, you can praise him defensively all you want. He's not a right back, he's a right winger. He's there to contribute to goals and score goals, and he just hasn't done it. Lucas is another option. But look, the reason why we say Lo Celso is purely because our right winger, in a Mourinho squad and with his tactics, the right winger tends to come inside a lot. So Lo Celso, I believe, is also left-footed, I think. So the fact that he's left-footed and he can come inside, it frees him up to take a shot, put a nice ball in for Son or Kane. And it also, because Aurier likes to go on the outside, which frees up Aurier for the outside. So me and Matty were discussing it, and it's probably something that could probably work. Do you know what I mean? And it's something we would like to see, because look, we've seen Lo Celso, Ndombele and Højbjerg in a midfield 3 together, and it didn't work. We have to be honest, it didn't work. But if we want to get our best players into the team, this is an area where me and Matty seriously think that Lo Celso could fit into the team, and he can provide something different, a different outlet as well. So yeah, Matty, what do you make?
Yeah, no, I think the same. I think you summed it up perfectly there. It's just, our right winger isn't a right winger, more like a right attacking midfielder, cutting inside and making that space in the overlap for the fullback, whether it's Serge Aurier or Matt Doherty. I think Lo Celso is someone who could be fantastic in that position, cutting inside onto his left foot. He's well able to pick out a pass. He can have a go from range as well. And from a defensive side of things as well, out of possession, oftentimes we do play a 4-4-2, so he could help shore up that midfield. It could be Kane and Son pressing rather than the usual Kane and Ndombele, and have a bit more firepower, I suppose, in the middle of the park to when we are setting up that low block. Which I think
his lack of pace not worry. But his lack of pace not worry then if with his lack of pace compared to Bergwijn worry going backwards. So as you said, Bergwijn's basically playing as a right back, David. So Lo Celso wouldn't have the same pace of getting up and down the right wing the way Bergwijn does. Would that not be a massive kind of
the thing in
terms of?
Yeah, Shane, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, Sissoko doubles up as a right back all the time with Aurier. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. It means Lo Celso can just kind of push into the middle of the pitch and compress there, or set the trap with Harry Kane and press from there. Look, for me, Bergwijn can have all the pace he wants. He's not doing anything with it. At the end of the day, Lo Celso is very technical, and it's just an area where me and Matty think it could work, and it could improve the team going forward, because the right hand side is a big problem. It's not contributing to any goals, no matter who plays there. It's all coming through Son and Kane. So it's a side we really need to get going. And it's just, it might not look. The only reason why I think it might actually happen tonight is because Lo Celso didn't play a full 90 minutes against Palace. He was on the bench. Bergwijn started the game and played. So look, for me, you may very well see Lo Celso there, and as well, because Liverpool's fullbacks like to get high up the field, it'd be perfect to have him in there. Like we said, he can pick a pass, he can shoot. He's well able to take on a player. But look, he does a lot of defensive side as well. So to be honest with you, Shane, that wouldn't really worry me. Look, me and Matty were just looking at it as a different option that maybe we're trying to open Spurs fans' eyes to, and maybe that it could work if it doesn't work, and then Ndombele and Højbjerg in there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I completely agree with that one.
It'll be very interesting. Yeah.
Huh? I said, as myself, thanks for that. Lo Celso being on the right hand side potentially. I know you're a big fan of this.
I know. I did kind of mention Lo Celso playing on the right, but personally, I think the real issue is that Stevie is not a right winger. It's just clear to see. You look at his, you look at his, the way he just plays. He just doesn't feel comfortable on the right. I think we need to move him on the left and then move Son on the right. I think we've seen earlier in the seasons the times that Bergwijn did play on the left side. He did play well. He was playing well. He was creating chances. His first touch was a lot better. He was shooting. He was more attacking. But the thing is, and we've seen that Son can play on the right. Son can play anywhere. Don't get it twisted. Son can play anywhere. He can play in the midfield, center back, whatever. Bro, that can score from anywhere. You know what I mean? He's sold out.
If you're giving Son up there.
He is the best winger in the league, all right? I don't want to hear nothing, bro. He is the best winger in the league.
I don't know.
He's going to tear you up.
Two-footed player in the league. I don't know if he's the best.
He is going to tear you up, bro. Mane who, bro?
Two-footed player I've ever seen, I think. He's the most two-footed player I've ever seen in the league. Absolutely. You can't put him on a weak foot. He doesn't have a weak foot. Put him on. Just put him on one side and start saying prayers. I'd have Salah over him. 10 times absolutely.
Come on, man.
10 times out of 10 out of Salah.
No, man. Salah, only thing Salah is good at, bro, is rolling around looking like he's got shot, all right? You know what? That's embarrassing, bro. That should be
Harry Kane's number one fan.
No. Harry Kane dies, right? I will admit that. He dies.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, right, Harry Kane, when he dies, he looks at the ref. The ref says, play on, right? You died. He gets on with the game, right? Mo Salah dives, and he's like, oh my God, my knee, it just ripped off. You know what I mean? Like, he rolls around. It's embarrassing, bro. Listen, my country, right, they rep Neymar, right? So I know what it's like to be embarrassed by a dirty diver. You know what I mean, bro? And it's just embarrassing how he rolls around like that. I'm sorry. I hate seeing that, bro. If my player did that, I'll be ashamed of myself.
That's fair. I mean, I've had the Neymar debate quite a bit in the past. It's it's definitely one that gathers a lot of attention. Let's run through a few of the comments here. Kwame says, today's the day that many of us will know that the trophy is ours. Tottenham is my family. Loving the confidence there. English Yid channel member saying, I'm looking forward to this great show, Matt. Your knowledge is unbelievable. Fair play to you. Well, let's get these massive 3 points. Thanks a million to you, and thanks for being a channel member. Anyone else, if you do want that, go down and hit that join button below. We've Vignesh in here, Steve Orr as well. CJ saying, Lo Celso, one of the forward three worries me. Too big a game to try this. Paddy M saying, I like the idea, but I can't see Mourinho starting Lo Celso on the right. Maybe later on as a way to try and mix things up. Definitely an option.
Yeah, look, I just want to interject there. Sorry. For me, look, yeah, it could be too big of a call today, but it is something that I would like to see in a lesser game. You know.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I just think Stevie should just play on the left. I think just because Son is like Shane said, and big up Shane for giving Son credit. You know what I mean? Not many Liverpool fans do. They tend to not give any other player credit, but big up Shane. Son is the most two-footed player. You can put him on the right, you can put him on the left, you can put him in the center. It doesn't matter. So I say stick Son on the right and stick Stevie on the left, and I think that will work. I'm telling you. Yeah,
it's what we did against Manchester City with Son kind of playing in that right-back role, helping out with Sissoko and Aurier on the left-hand side, and then Bergwijn back on the left, helping out Reguilon. And look, I think the wide areas are going to be a really important part of this game tonight, whether it's Salah or Mane in the wingers or the two fullbacks in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson causing a lot of problems for Spurs. Shane, do you think you need Robertson and Trent to be on top form to get something out of this game tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the way you play with the low block, we will need Salah and Mane pulling in and the two lads overlapping constantly up and down all night. And I know crossed into the box now, they're just like peanuts to Eric Dyer and Toby Alderweireld. They seem to have magnets to their heads, but you haven't come up against someone like Trent who can cross the ball in a long time. No one can cross the ball like Trent from deep or from Boylan, from anywhere you want. And Robertson's the same. Robertson can pick out shot who's about 4 foot nothing over Johnny Evans, and Johnny Evans, big lad who loves to head the ball. So if we can if our fullbacks are on form tonight, I don't see how we can lose the game, to be perfectly honest, because if they can provide balls that they haven't done in a long time to Salah and Mane, for another man who's 4 foot, the way he heads the ball, the way he times his jumps, your lads haven't experienced like that, anything like that in a long time. Come up against I'd fancy Matt and David there to have a good go at defending Lacazette. I don't think Toby and Eric Dyer will be up to the challenge if we can get proper balls into the box on the fullbacks.
Yeah, that's a concern that I'm having for definite, because
that's a fair point. I would say where Liverpool can hurt us the most is definitely with their fullbacks. The crossing. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Trent's a bad boy, man. You know what I mean? The way he crosses the ball, it's like Beckham. I got to give credit to that. But you know what I mean? Like saying that, you have an experienced header, bro. Have you seen Lucas Moura, bro? That man could jump. You know what I mean? He got them hops. You know what I mean? He can jump just as high as Mane, bro. And these men play with them every week. So listen. Dyer has one of the best clearances in the Premier League. Where I'm worried at is us playing at the back. That's where I'm worried at, because that's where I feel like Liverpool can definitely hurt us the most at the press, at the playing when we're playing at the back, Liverpool's pressing and Dyer just makes a missed pass to Salah. That's where I'm most worried, because like I said, you men don't you eat your dinner. You know what I mean? When you look at Obama fraud, and all these other guys. Timo missed Warner. You know what I mean? He can't score a goal to save his life. You know what I mean? Like, these men, you can give them a chance and they'll miss it. You know what I mean? But you can't give these guys like Mane and Salah a chance, because they will eat their dinner. They'll finish it.
Mate, can I ask Shane my question that I asked Gav on Monday? Basically. Look, do you know the way you're coming down with injuries? And I've seen a stat there that you've dropped 11 points so far this year. And all of last season, you only dropped 15. And basically what I was saying was that, even under Alex Ferguson, you've seen it time and time again that a team can only keep going at the same level for so long. And basically, do you think that before they have to kind of freshen up the team? And do you think that now that maybe is the case, and that's why you're seeing all the injuries at Liverpool?
To be honest, I absolutely know where you're coming from. Teams kind of move in cycles. So we'll say this is Liverpool's third year. So last year they won the league. The year before they put in a league-winning performance, got 97 points, and didn't win the title.
And so Champions League final.
I think they've put in back-to-back title-winning, title-challenging, we'll say, performances, and now we're on the team.
Yeah, just getting this up here quickly. Give you a second.
They put in lineup, bro.
Go on, we'll go for the team news and then we'll get back to Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the team there for Liverpool. I think the Spurs one has been posted, just we're looking at this. We'll get through this one first. The big news there is that it is Reece Williams starting in centre-back along with Fabinho. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Williams, Fabinho, and Andy Robertson across the back four. It is a 4-3-3 on the on the front of it. It does look like it could be that, but of course it could be 4-2-3-1 with Jones or Wijnaldum pushing further forward. But it is Henderson, Wijnaldum, and Curtis Jones in the middle of the park with the expected front three rather of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, and Bobby Firmino as well. And here we have the Spurs lineup. Hugo Lloris starting goal, and there's no Ndombele.
No way. What is he doing?
He started Davies, bro. Yo, we might be fucked, bro. We might be fucked.
Oh no!
Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Davies, I fucking hate Davies, bro. Why is he? I swear this man that was born to torment me, bro. I swear to God.
On the bench even.
He
is Reguilon's on the bench, but
what was that about?
Hugo Lloris starting in goal, Sergio Aurier, Toby Alderweireld, Eric Dyer, and Ben Davis in a back four. Midfield trio of Højbjerg, Sissoko, and Lo Celso, and it is Steven Bergwijn starting on the right with Heung-min Son and Harry Kane up there as well. On the bench we have Joe Hart, Sergio Reguilon, Joe Rodon, Harry Winks, Tanguy Ndombele, Dele Alli, who we'll get onto a bit very shortly about his future, and Lucas Moura there as well. And just to run through that Liverpool bench, they have Caoimhin Kelleher, Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Takumi Minamino, Divock Origi, Nat Phillips, and Nico Williams as well. We'll have to dive straight into that Spurs team news. David, what do you think?
Look, Ndombele for Lo Celso, that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? We can trust Lo Celso in there. To be honest with you, I'm disappointed not to see him give Lucas the run. Like I can understand if he is doing it for defensive reasons, playing Bergwijn. Or he could be doing what we done against City, where you see Harry Kane dropping deep, like you were saying, Matty, and covering up the gaps in the middle, and Bergwijn pulls in onto the two centre backs and tries to exploit them with his pace. The big call, obviously, is Ben Davies and Reguilon on the bench. The only reason why I can see that is maybe that Reguilon might have a knock. It's literally the only reason why I can see him doing it. Ben Davies is going to be spun tonight, left, right, and centre. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be a disaster.
And those are key to winning, bro. I was saying it. That's where Liverpool. I've watched Liverpool. That's where Liverpool are at their weakest, at the right hand side, because there's times where Trent just doesn't track back. Like, Trent, because he likes to push forward, right? He likes to bomb forward. And there's times where, when Trent gets caught while he's bombing forward, that's where we could exploit them in the counter. And we've put fucking Calamitous Davies, who came and put a 2-yard pass, bro. I'll
tell you why, actually, I think you might be playing Davies instead of Reguilon. I think it's to stop Reguilon. I think because Reguilon will go forward, I think it's because he knows Davies is sitting beside the two centre-backs. I was
going to say, he could be going 3 at the back with Davies pushing
with
Alderweireld.
Yeah. Like, I think when we go forward, it'll turn into a 3 at the back with Davies, Dyer, and Alderweireld, and that releases Serge Aurier, like we're talking about, to push on.
Bro, I'm blocking anyone on Twitter that represents Davies, bro. I hate Davies, man. I can't stand that guy. No, man. Why does he have... Fuck's sake. Why does he have to be in this team? He is the one player I did not want playing this game. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one player that I did not want to play this game. And he is playing, man. But whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You guys still got, Reece, you're missing players as well, so maybe hopefully somehow that's going to even out. But fuck's sake,
what do you make from the thought, Matty?
Look, there was a comment in here a while ago, which I didn't get the chance to bring up on screen, but I'll try to find it there. It was someone had said, it was the English Yid actually saying, hoping it's not true that Davis could be starting. And look, he was spot on with that one. It is Ben Davis in the starting 11. Look, it's no secret. Reguilon had what was probably his worst appearance for Tottenham on Sunday against Crystal Palace. One of the stats off the top of my head is he lost possession 19 times throughout that 90 minutes. And look, we were poor defensively all around. It wasn't just Reguilon, but I can't think of anything that could justify this other than Reguilon being injured. Because look, obviously we're going to have to trust Jose Mourinho completely. We have to just kind of trust that he has got this right, but. On the face of it, it looks deeply concerning because Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold against Ben Davies, I think, is very encouraging for Liverpool. Shane, what do you make of that Liverpool lineup with Reece Williams starting at the back with Fabinho?
Reece Williams is the one I would have put in if Matip didn't make it due to his recovery pace over Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips is kind of a see it and head it defender. He just kind of sits in and things come out and just gets rid of him. But Reece Williams has a bit more pace about him. He can pick a pass as well. But Joe and Matip, lads, I can't make sense of it. How has he gone so long in professional football and played so many games? He just cannot stay fit. It just beggars belief that Klopp went into the season with two injury-prone defenders, and Virgil van Dijk was willing to just kind of back them. Like, obviously, so you don't expect two defenders to get knee injuries, but like when you're down to just Matip, you know you're in trouble because the man can't play 2 games in a week. He can't play 2 games in 3 weeks. It's really frustrating to see us. Like Reece Williams played conference football last year. Now he's a Champions League defender all of a sudden. Nat Phillips was meant to be sold to Bristol City to pull out last minute. So like we're literally at bare bones at the back. We're like the midfield and forwards, I'm no issue with. Just the centre backs are a real problem at the moment that we cannot keep Matip fit, and the other 2 lads are broken. Basically, we might never see him to the same power as they were before. Like it was, Other than that, I have no complaints. I think Curtis Jones has been doing an incredible job. Like every time he comes in, he impresses me, and he just seems to be growing in stature by the games go. He seems to be growing in inches as the games go by as well. Size of him, absolute towering over a lot of midfielders, and he's a great right footed. He's all against Everton. A couple I have no real complaints in midfield. I think when Alden looked very tired against Fulham, so hopefully he's had his beauty sleep now and he gets back at it. And Henderson is just Henderson. He's just a machine. He'll go and go. He'll buy tackles. Do you know who the free is by any chance?
I don't, but I can check it there.
I just want to say quickly. Look, I know, lads, were disappointed about Ben Davies, but look, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same confidence. We're Tottenham Hotspurs. So look, I know we're disappointed, but look, the guy put on up there.
That's a bit
fucking guy, bro.
The English shit here saying, guys, all I can say, let's trust Mourinho and react after the game in Mourinho with trust.
It's just like what I'm saying.
Kai saying Reguilon must be injured because Davis is going to get owned by Salah. Julio as well saying, does anyone know why Davis is playing? Reguilon is in better shape, is better in every way, shape and form. I think we're all at a loss with this one, Julio, it has to be said. But
do you think it's tactical, Matty?
Yeah, it is. It must be to kind of sit in as a back three with your attack, and then he's not a very tall player as well to kind of win headers at corners and both boxes as well. So maybe do with that. And if Reguilon was as bad as you're saying against Crystal Palace, maybe he needed to kick up the hole.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. No. That I don't, bro. Reguilon could have one leg, bro. I'd rather have Reguilon there in that field, bro. Don't go starting a Reguilon. You know what I mean? The Spanish dynamite, the Spanish acquisition, bro. No, don't go starting at him, bro. Nah. Reguilon does not deserve to be benched by Ben Davies ever. Okay. Ben Davies has been in this club for 7 years, and I'm pretty sure Reguilon already has the same amount of assists as Ben Davies, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Ben Davies, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't believe he's doing this, bro. This is pissing me off, man. I can't believe he started Ben Davies, bro. Jose better get this shit right, bro. Because if I see Ben Davies giving a penalty like he always does, in Leipzig, and I see him getting spun around for 24 hours against Mo Salah, which is probably gonna happen, bro, I'm gonna be fuming, bro. Nah, man. How can you start Ben Davies?
Lads, I think it could be tactical. The fact that Reguilon is actually on the bench, I think it's a tactic Mourinho is going to try and see if it works. If it doesn't work, you could see Reguilon you could see Davies hauled off and Reguilon put on. I'm just wondering, is it tactical?
We have here, actually, I can't bring that screen over. This is an assumed formation by SofaScore. It's, of course, one of the best there is, and they're saying it is looking like a 4-2-3-1 for Spurs. And I can see where you're coming from with the potential of a 3 at the back with Alderweireld, Dyer, and Ben Davies, but I can't see which of Bergwijn and Son it would be sitting in at left back. That would be my biggest concern.
No, but I'm on about switching to a 3 at the back when we're going forward. You get me? So when we're going forward, because Reguilon usually bombs on, maybe Davies would be there to tuck in and make a 3 at the back.
Keeps you through 3 versus 3 all the time. Then instead of you don't want Salah Mane from either running at your 2 centre backs. I'm sure you have a 3v3 where because Liverpool do love good counter attacks. So let's say Liverpool win back and they're breaking quickly. If you have 3-on-3, it gives you much chance. Then Salah Mane from either running at Dyer and Alderweireld.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
still
just
very strange to me.
It is a really weird one. Arsenal have equalised against Southampton.
Good.
I'm not sure
What do you mean?
that goal.
Because that's another week.
See, I like for me, to be honest with you, right? I wouldn't be sure that it is because like Shane was saying that you'll leave 3-on-3, but you won't because you'll have Højbjerg and Sissoko sitting there as well.
Yeah,
you know they're not going to venture too far forward today. So look, for me, I just wondering is if I think it could be tactical. I honestly think it could be a tactical. Like there's something Jose has seen to do this.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I remember, I think when he played at, at Anfield, the famous game, with Chelsea. I won't mention, the horrendous moment. I'll give you respect. But I think people remember, I think the lineup was a lot different. Jose, switched up the lineup to be a more defensive. So I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's picking Davies just to be more defensive. Reguilon likes to be more offensive. But I can't see the justification because at the same time, Reguilon is also a better defender than Davies. Davies can't defend either, bro. You know what I mean? It's just like having a hologram. We're down to 10 men. We're going in the game down with 10 men, bro. If we win this, bro, this is we're gonna win this. But fuck's sake, bro. This has killed a little bit of my confidence. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't believe he's trying to defend Davies.
Well, if you want to get back into a bit of a good mood, let's talk about yesterday's Premier League games. Of course, they have a massive impact on this one tonight, and also Liverpool and Spurs going into the season ahead. And I can see the big smile on David Harris's face there. The earlier game, Chelsea lost by 2-1 at Molineux. They've now played, I think, 5 teams in the top 12 this season, and they're yet to win one of them. They drew with Southampton, they drew with Spurs, and they drew, I think, with United, and lost to Liverpool and another team, I can't think of at the moment. Or Wolves, of course. But they're really, really struggling against these top teams, and it was one of the questions that was asked of this Frank Lampard team. Would they really be able to compete with the biggest and the best? And at the moment, it's looking unlikely. David, we'll start with you. Last minute winner for Wolves. What do we think?
Yeah, look, it's exactly what we needed. It's perfect. And I'm delighted for Chelsea because, look, let's make no mistakes about this, right? If this was Mourinho in charge of that Chelsea team and the money they spent, he would be absolutely slated. They only get away with it because Frank's the media's little darling over there. They can't have him failing. Do you know what I mean? He was one of the Premier League greats, so they can't have him failing. And they're licking each other's hole. And he gets away with it. So I'm delighted this absolutely happened to them. And look, I made no bones about it. I don't consider Chelsea title contenders. I really don't. I've stated that from the start. Look, they can spend all the money they want at it. They don't have the manager. For me, you're never going to win anything when you're relying on Tammy Abraham. Do you know what I mean? And then you're playing Timo Werner out wide. Do you know, it's just not good enough. Havertz hasn't turned up yet. Hakim Ziyech was a good buy. Give him that. Ben Chilwell. But look, it's not working out for them. And Frank Lampard's not going to win anything with them. He's not. It's as simple as that. And then City as well. Look, they're way off the pace this year. Look, to be honest with you, if tonight's game was a draw, I think both teams would be delighted. Do you know what I mean? It's just
disagree.
I think
keeping the points taken over, and it's just you know what I mean. It's keeping that gap between these teams and everything else. So I'm delighted with how last night went. Right now with Southampton and Arsenal.
I honestly think a draw is no good to either team tonight, David. But one of them needs to win, and they need to try and pull away. When the rest of them are playing so badly, drawing, so City have picked up 2 points in the last 2 games. Chelsea picked up 1 point. Liverpool and Spurs picked up 1 point. One of them needs to get 4. Someone needs to just put a run together now, and just whoever wins tonight needs to win 3 or 4 games in the bounce. Just try and get a bit of rhythm going because. With no European football now, there's no domestic cups or anything. Someone just needs to put the foot down and just pull away. And obviously, I'd prefer was us. But if anyone else is going to win, I'd rather see over City again.
See,
in terms of Chelsea,
100% I agree with you, right? But we missed our chance Saturday to pull away. Tonight, we have a horrible record at Anfield, and no doubt about it. You're there for the taking, but we have a horrible record at Anfield. So a point for us, I think, would suit us better than it suit Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, I think a draw for us would be a decent result, but for Liverpool, it will be a bad result because if you look at this season, right, Liverpool is solely relying on Anfield. If you look at their away form, it has not been that good. You know what I mean? Your away form has not been that good. And I think if we draw against you and you play us at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the best stadium in the world, I think that's a whole different game, bro. I think that's a whole
You know, we have
different
a
game.
100% record at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Marcelo.
Bro, you played against us once. You played against a dead team.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
game, no nothing, bro.
And we
You
won
got
that game.
lucky. And you barely won that
In
game,
terms
bro.
of-
You get in touch if you go back there.
In
Yeah, Shane,
terms
what do
of
you think about
Chelsea
Chelsea?
against Wolves, if I can just go back to that for a second. Frank Lampard spent 250 million in summer, and Olivier Giroud's the best player.
Yeah, that's
Like
great.
he's playing Havertz. He's playing Havertz in the midfield three, and Havertz never played in the midfield three. Like, I wonder if the first time we saw Havertz play football was the first training session at Chelsea. I really do, because Havertz at Bayer Leverkusen he was at his best at the false nine. So like he was at the false nine. He was linking with the two wingers. Like put him at the false nine with Werner and Ziyech outside him, and I think Chelsea will be a completely different animal because he's so strong. He holds the ball up so well. He can finish when he gets a chance. Sticking into midfield three, expecting to break play up and find passes is not his game. He needs to be in the final third. That's kind of where he comes alive. It's just Frank Lampard is making no sense there. He doesn't seem to be playing teams for tactics. Sorry, he doesn't seem to be picking tactics for teams. He just kind of picks, Giroud's flavor the month this month. I'm going to play him for 6 games, then I'll drop him and bring back in Abraham. Abraham is the man you needed last. I know Giroud scored now, but Abraham, you need someone running at the three centre backs instead of having Giroud stood there beside Conor Cody having a chat. Like, it doesn't really make sense to. He's just he doesn't seem to have any tactics. He just picks someone, leaves him there, and then Giroud will fall out of form and bring back in Abraham. Abraham will score 4 goals in 3 games, then he'll be dropped, and it's just very, very strange what he's doing. As Dave said, I do think Chilwell was a good signing. I think Havertz will be a good signing eventually, but I think the rest of them are strange signings. And as for Wolves, these lads, Pedro Neto's a little shit, isn't he? He is something else. He just runs, and he's not a referee, and he's a little prick. But he's the kind of prick you want in your team. When you're playing against him, you're not happy. But watching him run Chelsea ragged last night was great fun, I thought. I know.
Yeah, big credit to Pedro Neto for not missing Diogo Jota too much. He's been fantastic. He's getting the scoring important. Marcelo, what do you think about these results from last night?
Listen, bro, I already said Chelsea, as long as Frank Lampard is there at the top, I'm fully confident. I'm chilling. I'm drinking my wine, you know what I mean? Relaxing, because Frank Lampard is clueless, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these men, I was talking to some Chelsea fans, and they're like, yeah, but if we get top 4, it'd be a good season. Bro, you spent $250 million. Nobody spends 200 and something million to get top 4, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you spent 200 million. You're expecting Champions League and you're expecting Premier League. That's the simple of the matter of the fact, bro. And listen, Frank Lampard.
Anyway, Marcelo.
Exactly, you
have to be expecting a challenge. You can't expect it to. We've got top 4 and we won the Shield or whatever. Like, you have to. If you spend 200 million, you have to be thereabouts come the last 3 or 4 years of the season. And if you lose it, then fair, but you can't lose it in December. You spend 200 million.
Absolutely. Exactly, bro. Like, you can't spend that much money and then just expect to just get top 4. You know what I mean? Like, you got to win a trophy. He's got to win something, bro. Because, listen, the thing is about Chelsea, right? It's like, I'm as long as he's in charge, like, I'm confident. Like, I'm not worried about Chelsea. But the thing is, I know Chelsea, bro. You know what I mean? Abramovich or whatever, how do you say his name, bro? Like, that man has, the trigger. You know what I mean? He has his finger on the trigger, bro. And he knows if these results keep happening, you guarantee Frank Lampard will get sacked. These men sacked Mourinho, bro. Mourinho created this club. You know what I mean? Like, he built this club. Oh, free kick. Go for Arsenal?
Gabriel Magalhaes has been sent off for Arsenal.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
I find that very, very
Arteta for another month.
2-1 to Leeds as well. 2-1 to Leeds as well. Rodrigo just scored.
It was a really good header, to be fair.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Chelsea can't keep switching managers either the way they have been doing, because, again, like everyone else, they need to kind of build an identity now, which is apparently what Solskjaer is going to be doing for the next 10 years, which I love to see as well. But you need to stick with a manager. You need to stick with a manager eventually, and you just need to let someone get in there and just kind of just put a foot down, make a stand mark on it almost, and just try and make something. But if he continues playing Havertz in the centre midfield, I'd literally sack him myself, to be perfectly honest.
Speaking of managers who are coming in to put their foot down, we had a big change, a first managerial departure of the Premier League season this morning. We heard rumours last night after the draw at the Etihad that West Brom were preparing to sack Slaven Bilic. I think it was pretty much common knowledge from the minute he was sacked that it was done with the idea of bringing Sam Allardyce in mind. He has since been appointed. Oh, what a save, Meslier. He has been appointed. Sam Allardyce has taken over at West Brom. I saw a tweet a while ago saying that in a year of uncertainty and where so much has gone wrong, it's good that at the end of it to be brought back down to normality with Big Sam coming in to keep a team up in the Premier League. Personally, I can't believe they've let Slaven Bilic go. I feel like it's a change, a managerial change with short-term goals in mind. Because look, fair enough, Sam Allardyce will keep him up this season more than likely. It's what he specialises in, but they're probably going to be in this exact same position next season. At this stage of the season, they're going to be worried Allardyce won't keep him up. They'll bring in another manager, and they'll probably end up back down in the Championship in a couple of years. I really do feel as though they've shot themselves in the foot with this one. David, what do you make of this?
Okay.
Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, Shane, take it away there. I go after you. You're all right.
I think it's madness. Like, to go to sit now, I know they didn't play well at City, but it was West Brom, and they went there and they got a point. So surely that buys in a week at least to try and enjoy. The lads who've gone into training now, confidence will be up, they'd be bouncing into training now, going to draw City. And then they have to go in, they have to listen to Big Sam, a very good Limerick FC man, but he's I don't know, it kind of, at least it brings Arsenal closer to relegation, because West Ham are going to stay up now with Allardyce in there, so kind of pushes Arsenal down another bit, hopefully.
For me, look, first of all, I want to say what England done to Big Sam was an absolute disgrace. He should have been given the chance. To be honest with you, what they done to that guy was an absolute disgrace. And to be honest with you, it's about time he gets another shot in the Premier League. He's a good manager, and I honestly think he will keep them up. He's a good record. But look, it was harsh on Slaven Bilic. Probably the best result of the season there last night against the Man City team. And to sack him after that, if I was a West Brom fan, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah,
I feel like they kind of railroaded him. Because they sold Higazi behind his back, didn't tell him they were selling him, and just got rid of him. I don't think they spent any money in the summer. I don't think they didn't break any banks. I think they sold the players to kind of pay for the players they brought in. They brought in some good players. Grady Dingagana looks brilliant. Pereira looks like an absolute machine when he's going. But to go then and sell his best centre back without telling him his striking options are Grant from Hart and Charlie Adam. Sorry, not Charlie Adam. What's his name? Charlie Austin. Sorry, Charlie Austin. Yeah. They're not strikers. They're going to fire to the Premier League, and he was looking for a striker all summer long, and they just wouldn't give it to him. So I'm not surprised they sacked him, because he was going out every now and again, kind of calling him out, saying, "I can't believe you did this, can't believe you did that." But to do it after getting appointed City, fair enough if they got battered at home by Leeds or something, get rid of him, but don't do it when he's just. So the players showed last night that they're fighting for him, they were playing for him. So there was no lack of fight there last night, and then they come out the next day and they're like, "Oh well, go and fight for someone else now." It just doesn't make sense. It's not how football clubs should be run. Very like Watford. What Watford did and cut up to him.
Yeah, wait.
Well, what I see is, right? Oh, okay. You want to go, David?
No, go on.
Okay, I was gonna say this. The way I see it, right, is Big Sam is good at keeping clubs up. You know what I mean? He's an experienced manager. He's been there in the Premier League. He's done it, right? And I see Arsenal, bro. You know what I mean? Losing all these games. I say, get Big Sam before anybody else can. You know what I mean, bro? get it before Arsenal can. But no. But aside from taking the piss, you know what I mean? You get Big Sam. You know what I mean? He's a good manager. He can maybe keep up, West Brom up. And then, you know what I mean, if he keeps West Brom up, and then West Brom in the Premier League, and then that's looking, lively. And I think it's almost similar with the Pochettino situation where, Poch obviously was not getting the results that he wanted. You know what I mean? And, things were looking dire. But I think if you agreed with most fans were okay if Poch, giving Poch more time if we had to. I think most fans would say they were okay. But then, you know what I mean? Levy saw Mourinho open, and then when you see a guy like Mourinho open, bro, you have to go for him. You know what I mean? Especially when your club is in dire situation. If you can get someone like that who can transform your club, you got to go for it. You know what I mean? That's why
Liverpool with Klopp as well. But Liverpool as well, where it was kind of, we'll keep Rodgers until someone is better, and then Klopp was open up and we can't really turn this down now. And look,
exactly.
I was at when Rodgers was sacked, I was all for giving Rodgers more. I thought it was so. I know the season before it ended badly with the belting by Stoke. Like, I was very surprised we sacked him. He was still a very young manager when he took the Liverpool job. I think he was only 38 or something, so he was still learning his trade. But then when they saw we were Klopp, okay, well, it makes sense now that they brought in someone like Jurgen Klopp to replace Brendan Rodgers. But I still think sacking Bilic, like, no one else is going to take Big Sam in the next month, so he's still there in a month's time to kind of come in and save you then. I don't know. I
Yeah, but
just
then you
really
get the
thought it was a
manager
very strange
bounce.
decision.
But you get the manager bounce. You get Big Sam. I mean, like in my opinion, right? If I'm a club that wants to stay up, I'd rather have Big Sam than Bilic. That's
Yeah.
just how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
I agree.
listen. Football is a ruthless club. You know what I mean? It's a ruthless, sport. You know what I mean? You got to be ice cold with your decisions. And they definitely did Bilic dirty. They definitely stabbed him in the back. But
Absolutely,
listen,
yeah.
that's how football is, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Redmond's hit the bar. Oh, Southampton nearly winning again. Yeah, look, we talk all day about Bilic and about the results last night, but as Sabino says, let's talk Liverpool against Tottenham. Just as a reminder of the starting 11s, if anyone has joined us, one big surprise, one small surprise in the Spurs lineup. The big one is that Ben Davies starts ahead of Sergio Reguilon. We're not sure what this is. I'm keeping an eye on Twitter, seeing if Alistair Gold has his say on this one. And Lo Celso starts over in Ndombele in the middle of the park, and then the right winger, kind of the formation, the position we weren't particularly sure about. It is Steven Bergwijn starting out there. And the big news for Liverpool is that in centre back it is Reece Williams and Fabinho starting there. Their team in full is Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold at the right, Robertson on the left, Williams and Fabinho in the middle. Midfield trio of Henderson, Wijnaldum and Curtis Jones, and then their typical front three of Mane, Salah and Firmino. Ashley Chanel saying Liverpool are not the Liverpool of last season, still solid though. Yeah, definitely. Look, Shane, you've had a lot of injuries. There's no secret about that. I saw a stat a while ago that Spurs have actually had more injuries than Liverpool this season, but it's a very misleading stat because Tottenham have had minor injuries from minor players. You've had massive injuries from massive players, so injuries have definitely been more of a problem for you. But have you been surprised at how, despite all the absentees, you're still keeping going at the top of the table?
To be honest, I'm not, because I know we're missing big players, but like, so we lose Van Dijk and Fabinho steps in, and Fabinho looks like a world-class centre-back then again all of a sudden. So we kind of have the players. Klopp kind of signs players that he knows can play in many different positions. Like Fabinho played right back for Brazil, he's played right back for Monaco. So Klopp knew he had that defensive side in him as well. I'd say that was why he was willing to go with the Biscuit Matip as the third choice centre-back, because he knew he had Fabinho could step in at any time. But I knew coming into the season that we weren't going to be as strong, but I knew no one else was going to be as strong either. When you're playing every 3 days for the teams in Europe, and it's even tougher for you. I don't know what it is, but the Thursday, Sunday seems to just take out teams more than a Wednesday, Saturday. I can't understand the psychology behind it, but I honestly think 75 points could win the league this season. Genuinely, I think like it could be between 75. It could very well win the league this season. Maybe 85 at a stretch. If someone gets 85 points, they're definitely winning the league. Like, I don't think there's any doubt. If someone offered me 85 points now, I'd bite a hand off for it and then see where we are. I can't see anyone getting more than 85 points this season.
It's not going to be a 99-point season.
No, it's not going to be a 90-point season, I don't think. I think like, if everyone is dropping points.
Yeah, I was looking at the Premier League table there, where it was last season at this stage compared to where it is now. And at this stage last season, chance for Leeds. At this stage last season, Liverpool are top of the table with 34 points. Neither were 9 or 10 competitors. Yeah, like looking at it now, it's Tottenham and Liverpool top with 25 points. There's a 9-point difference there.
Yeah.
But even after that, how tight things are, because between first and 10th at the moment, there's only 5 points separating Tottenham. I think it's Wolves sitting in 10th there, as Everton just about go 2-0 up. There's only 5 points separating the top 10, and between Liverpool at the top of the table and I think it was Sheffield United in 5th at this stage last season, there was 17 points, and now that'll bring him from first down to, I think it's West Brom sat in 18th. The gap there is 17 points. So everything is so much more congested this season. And look, for the neutral fan, it's setting up for an absolutely outstanding season. But it's like, I know, look, us Tottenham fans have been enjoying the ride at the top of the table for the last month. But I think the one thing we're not saying on camera, the one thing we're not saying to opposition fans is we know after 1 or 2 games we could be sat down in 6th or 7th because of how tight it is up there. And I was looking. Yeah, go ahead.
I was looking on Monday and it was saying that, like, let's say if City and Chelsea had won yesterday, Leicester won tonight, that Liverpool could have finished the weekend in 5th if they lost first tonight. But thankfully the teams dropped points yesterday, so it is so tight at the top. Where if Southampton win tonight, they go top ahead of both of us before we play, and then one of us go back top. Then next weekend, whoever plays first goes top. Leicester go top. It's kind of like the last 2 seasons have just been freak seasons in terms of two teams getting 90 plus points the year before, Chelsea or City getting 100 points. So it's just kind of reverted norm now this year, where teams are. So there's no one running away with it this year. I don't think anyone will run away next year after the Euro 2021, and then you have the World Cup in 2022 as well. So I think the last 2 or 3 seasons have just been mad, and I think we've kind of come back down to earth now. Just a proper league again, where there's no one. Like
No
this
one
time last
dominating.
year, I was inside celebrating that we'd won the league after 12 games. I was a
Oh, I
Liverpool fan
remember.
celebrating after 12 games we won the league. Like, so I do still think we'll win it this year, but I think this season is mental, because it really is mad what's going on this season.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
I also think other clubs kind of step up the game. You know what I mean? Like they saw like City, they saw like Liverpool, and they're like, we can't be having these teams just like blowing us out of the water. You know what I mean? Like so, like Chelsea, they try to step up their game by spending like a lot of money. You saw Tottenham, make 7 key signings. You saw, I mean, Arsenal tried to, but they failed. You've seen these other clubs, even like Southampton. You know what I mean? Like they're buying players. Even like the smaller clubs, are getting in big players. Like you saw Leeds. I think Leeds spent what, like 70 million, like this summer, right? It was around there. That's massive
Yeah.
for a club that just came up. That's massive. So you definitely see clubs stepping up their game ever since, and I think we're seeing that now. And I think this is going to be one of the craziest and tightest league ever. And you know what? I got my seatbelt on. I got everything on, bro, because you know what I mean. Like it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
Shane, quick question for you. What would be the weaknesses in this? Like, what areas in the Spurs team would you be looking to attack tonight to exploit to try and win the game tonight?
Definitely Ben Davies. Now that I've seen he's starting, that's a massive area for Liverpool to get at. As I've been saying over and over, Marcelo especially, that Ben Davies, he has no pace. Like he's a big lad, but if Salah just runs at him, or if anyone runs at him, they can just they could take him apart. Whoever wanted to could absolutely run at him and just take him apart. I think if you go 4-2-3-1, then your midfield 2 could be overrun by our midfield 3 in there. Like if you don't have Jordan Dombele, if you're talking about how good he was, like Sissoko and Højbjerg don't seem as much of a pairing now as a midfield 3. Hello, Nicole. I really do think the midfield and Ben Davies are the places we can go. I'm still not convinced by Serge Aurier either. I still think he's a liability. I'm not sure. I haven't watched much of Spurs this season, to be honest with you. But so I'm just kind of going what I've seen over the last couple of years, and like you can't teach a dog new tricks, is what they say. There's no way you've taught Serge Aurier how to defend. No chance, because he couldn't do it at PSG. He couldn't do it when he came here first. We are off the right wing, so he would. I really do think.
I don't think it's difficult to say his technical ability defensively has been improving, but his positioning, his tactical nous, his everything, he is a much better footballer. And like if you said to a Spurs fan 3 or 4 months ago after Doherty was brought in, it's like, would you sell Aurier now? We all would have said absolutely yeah. Have our replacement. But right now, if Matt Doherty
is injured, actually, he's not even on the bench. Doherty is injured?
He's not. He's not good enough, to be honest. Leeds
he's not looking fit either. He's not looking fit either.
Yeah, sure.
It's a really strange decision for him to go from a system where he was playing as a wing back to playing as a defender. Like he wasn't a defender at Wolves. He was a forward. Look at the amount of goals he was getting. He was in the box. He spent more time in the opposition box than his own box. So for him to go to Spurs and think he'd be able to fit into a Mourinho team was more of an ego boost than it was anything else, to say, oh look, I'm playing for a top 5 team. Like he's not playing. He's just wasting his time there. I would be surprised if he was gone again in January, if Wolves took him back on loan or something, because it hasn't worked out. It really hasn't, and he just needs to go back. His level is mid-table. Spurs are mid-table, like, unfortunately. So.
And also, right, let's get the fans riled up for this game. Let's do it. Let's get the fans riled up for this game. Matty, you can start, and then we'll go on to Marcelo and then Shane. This will be class.
I want Shane to go first, and then I'll go next. I want to hear what Shane has to say, bro.
Yeah, Shane can go first.
On what? My score prediction, is this?
No. Hype up your team, bro. Hype up your team. Yeah, this man has been talking so much about how great this Liverpool squad is. I want to hear it. I want to hear the free flow. Come on.
It's only Tottenham Hotspur at the end of the day. Like, there's I don't know how ye are coming with so much confidence to Anfield, where we haven't lost in But we haven't lost in 65 games at home, and Tottenham Hotspur think they're going to come here and do a job with Ben Davies at left back. No, not a chance. I put myself into the field, and I still think we'd have a hope. Like it's as I think was it Fergie that once said that when they were 3-0 down at half time, it's only fucking Tottenham, and they went out and beat you 4-3. Like it's still Tottenham. You finished third in a 2-horse race. Like I mean, that wasn't that long ago. Like so.
No,
I don't know.
Let's talk about that. So many fans, so many Liverpool fans, United fans, and especially you, Shane Fleming, you've said it so many times to me. We came second, we came third in a 2-horse race. Can we just mention for that season, throughout the entirety of that season, Tottenham were top for a combined total of 13 minutes. Throughout the entire season. Leicester were top for the most of it, and Arsenal were the team that were top at Christmas. Arsenal were the team at New Year. Arsenal were the team that messed that up because they actually had that in their hands. And look, we definitely did it. With Darragh Grady saying Spurs won't finish with 11 on the field, 3-1 Liverpool, Mane 2. Jones, Son, and classic Flem. You can't teach dogs old tricks. Well, look, there, you're a confident man there. And look, I have to say, there's been a bit of consistency in Liverpool fans' predictions for this one. They're saying 3-1 to Liverpool. But all I will say, if I have to get these Spurs players pumped up for this game tonight, all I would say is all you have to do to be able to kick back on the couch and be watching replays of Jurgen Klopp screaming at Des Kelly later on, all you have to do is go out and work your way to a 1-0 victory. Then that's your TV sorted, your comedy sorted for the next week. Watching Jurgen Klopp meltdown, talking about playing games that other teams are also playing and injuries that apparently are Des Kelly's fault. So I think if we wanted a bit of a laugh tonight, all we need is a 1-0 victory. Marcelo,
you know it's on Amazon, so there won't be any Des Kelly tonight, unfortunately.
I'll hit him up on Twitter.
Listen, bro, Anfield has become a new hospital ground, bro. And you know what? You guys are finished, bro. Your players, they can't even get on the pitch. You're talking about your players, bro. Your players can't even get on the pitch, bro. You can't even stay fit no more. You know what I mean, bro? We're gonna go out there. We're gonna batter you. We're gonna beat you at Anfield. I'm telling you, we're gonna break the record. You pumping up your team like you're this big old Barcelona, bro. My man, you know what? My man Jose Mourinho beat Prime Barcelona. He ended their reign. Who the fuck are you, bro? We're gonna end your reign, bro. Jurgen Klopp's team ain't nothing against the stuff that Jose Mourinho has seen. Jose Mourinho eats your club for dinner, bro. He is bigger than anything you have ever seen. He is the chosen one. He is Luke Skywalker, and you are the Death Star, and he's gonna blow you up, bro. Because Jose Mourinho in his prime cannot be stopped. He is at his peak. Jose Mourinho at his peak cannot be stopped. I don't care who Klopp is, bro. And after the game, complain about the grass, complain about the wind, complain about anything, bro. Complain about the ball, because that's all you can do, bro. Complain about injuries, because that's all Liverpool can do. Complain FC, bro. That's what you're gonna be after this game.
I think the fact that Liverpool fans in the stadium could make a massive difference as well. Like, I know it's only 2,000 fans, but we saw the difference 2,000 fans made to Spurs when they were playing Arsenal. We saw the difference it made to Liverpool when we beat Wolves 4-0 a couple of weeks back. Like, having fans in the stadium is it's huge. The fans could roar them onto a big win here tonight. Now, hopefully they can anyway. But I don't know. I'm just very confident. I'm always confident at Anfield though, so we'll have to wait and see.
For me, I love everything about the build up to this game. We're the underdogs, completely underdogs. We've no fans going into it. You have your home record that's hanging there in a noose, ready for us to jump up and take. I can't wait. As well, we're going to make Anfield start from tonight a home away from home, guaranteed 3 points. And as well, look, Hospital AFC is what we're going to call you now, because look, you can't keep players on the field. So it's like a hospital ward there at the minute, and it's the end of a dynasty, and we're ready to show you who the new kings of the Premier League are, the new boys on the block, and it's Tottenham, baby.
Come on, bro. We conquered Manchester. We conquered Manchester. We conquered London. Merseyside ain't shit, bro. Merseyside is about to be white. Merseyside ain't red. Merseyside ain't blue. It is white. I'm telling you, bro.
Matt, are you doing a post-game show that I can get on after this now?
We should. We have to now. I was actually going to say this to you guys. We like all this. We have to do a post-match show after. We have to.
Yeah,
bro. Regardless win or lose, I'll come to a post-fight. I'll come to a post-fan show. Of course.
You join us after the game, so all 4 of us there.
Yeah. Why not?
Absolutely.
They're saying here, someone take the monster off Marcelo. This is
bro,
Marcelo.
you can't take the monster off. Come get and snatch it, bro. I dare you, bro. You can't take nothing off me, bro. I don't care. I don't apologize for anything. I will not if we lose, I will not apologize to Shane. He has a better chance of me becoming a Arsenal fan than me apologizing to you, bro. I'll never apologizing for being confident in my team. I don't care. Come take the monster off me. Come do it, bro. I dare you.
Unbelievable, Marcelo.
You two
Right.
are brilliant together. You wind each other up. It's brilliant. You rub each other up the wrong way. It's perfect. It's comedy.
Look, we're 20 minutes out from kickoff. I think it's time to get some score predictions in here. We'll start with our deluded guest, Shane Fleming. What are we thinking?
As I've said from the start, it was 3-1 to Spurs here. It's going to be 3-1 to Liverpool come the end of 90 minutes there. So,
David,
if you
you
say
know me,
3-0
I'm not
to
going to
Spurs
change.
now,
I'm not going to waver. I'm going 3-0. The only way I can see it being 3-1 is Liverpool gets helped by the Premier League and the VAR. Give them a little penalty or something like that, or not give us a penalty. It usually works out in their favour. You know what I mean? So they've probably paid the ref already before this game. But look, I'm going 3-0. I'm going to say it with my chest. I'm going confident. It could well backfire on me tonight. But if I'm right, everyone will be calling me a genius. So I'm going Harry Kane with 2 and Son Aldo at 1.
Marcelo.
Listen, bro, I said 2-0 with Ben Davies. You can get a goal now. You have a chance. You know what I mean? I said you had no chance. With the Regulon, the Spanish Dynamite, the Spanish Acquisition, you had no chance, bro. No chance. But now with Ben Davies, you know what? Marino maybe felt bad for you and he threw you a bone, giving you a little bit of a shot. So maybe you'll score a goal, bro. But it's going to be a 2-1 victory to Tottenham Hotspurs.
Right, I'm going to go with chance here for Leeds, 4-2. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Spurs. Look, I'm a bit less confident about that, given the surprise in that starting 11. I think Salah could have a field day against Ben Davies. But I said it from the start. I think we can keep you out. I think we can beat you 1-0, potentially with an early goal. But at any given moment, Liverpool do have players on the pitch who can, rifle one in from 30 yards out. So it is a 1-0, but that I'm going to predict, but that could change at any given moment. Look, we're about 18 minutes out from kickoff now. I think it's time to wrap up there and get sat down and get ready for this game, lads. Anyone who is watching, we've just decided we're going to do the post-match show for this one as well, regardless of the result. I think we need to just put that in there, regardless of the result. We will be back here again.
Result, bro. I don't care.
Shane, first time on the channel, first time on any channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to slagging you in about 2.5 hours. The Irish Shields, David Harris. Right, so make sure to go down and check the Irish Shields channel in the description. I'll add that in a second. To everyone who has watched, thank you very much for watching. It's going to be a very interesting game, and it's going to be an even more interesting post-match chat after. So make sure to join us for that one. Let's hope Tottenham can get the 3 points. And as always, thanks for watching.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.